It's decision time. And your heart is saying yes. And your head is saying, no, I don't think so. My goodness gracious me. Are you one of those people? Are you facing life-changing decisions and you just don't know what to do? Do you know what most people do? They tend to make a list. Are you kidding me? Making a list about the things that are going to determine what happens in your future. So picture this. Okay, maybe as is happening now in many places around the world, you're having to go back into a traditional work environment. I know that from the perspective of some of the training I do, the decision has to be taken. Should I continue to train online or should I actually start traveling to the clients? Should I be coaching online or should I be bringing people into my garden to coach them face to face? Should you, if you have been kind of stuck at a home office situation for the past couple of years, should you continue as an employee or should you go out into the big wide world as a consultant and start doing what you really love to do every single day? Now, like I said, you know, when we think about these things, it's like, oh, should I, shouldn't I? That completes your poor brain just begins to experience dissonance when you're saying, I really want to do this. I can really feel this in my bones. This is the right thing to do. Yeah, but you know what? Maybe my family won't agree, or maybe it's the wrong time, or how do I know I'm going to be successful? That kind of approach is exhausting. And just think about when you if you're really one of those people who writes down the pros and cons, should I, shouldn't I, on this list. Well, this is everything that could work and this is everything that speaks against what I want to do. You're going at it from a logical perspective and you cannot take a decision that is potentially life-changing if you are just using logic to do that. And just think about lists, actually, by the way. Think about all the to-do lists that you create for yourself, or writing down your goals at the beginning of the year. All of those fabulous things that, by the way, you should always be doing with a pen. How often do you actually stick to what's on your list, and how useful is a list to you? As I said, when your heart is saying, I want to do this, and your head is saying no, you are creating dissonance, neurodissonance, emotional dissonance. It's just like an orchestra. The violins and the cellos and the brass, they're all playing different pieces of music, and it just is an absolute mess. You end up becoming confused. You push yourself into overwhelm. You procrastinate. You end up doing nothing. And then do you know what happens? In 6 months or a year, or even worse, in 10 years, the only change you've made is no change. And you're just still doing exactly what you were doing, however far behind when it was that we were having this conversation. You'll be doing still the same thing and nothing will have changed. You cannot hope to come to a proper decision if your heart's saying yes and your head is saying no and just making a pros and cons list. It doesn't actually, it just doesn't work. So don't do it. I hope you're enjoying the video. If you do, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get to see other videos similar to this. If we haven't met before, my name is Gwyneth, and as someone who worked in international organisations for almost 25 years, I now specialise in empowering female leaders in the not-for-profit sector to help you discover your inner brilliance, to help you realise your life purpose and vision. If you'd like to get in touch to find out how I can support you, please do use the link below. In between times, stay safe, stay healthy, stay fabulous, loads of love, and now back to the video. So what can you actually do when it comes to, taking this decision? Should I get a coach? Should I set up in business on my own? Should I, as a trainer, start going back into organisations and businesses, or should I continue to do it online? Because actually it's very convenient and very comfortable doing a lot of work online, let's face it. So the first thing I want you to think about is all the real objections that you are thinking of about whether you should take this decision or not. And the biggest objection is, I don't know if I've got the time. I just haven't got the time to retrain or to do coaching or to set up on business. It's just too complicated. I don't have the time. I'm just going to stay where I am. I've got a family. I've got other commitments. This time thing, we all have the same number of hours in a day. And I can promise you the people who succeed, they're the people who are not scrolling through their social media. They're the people who aren't watching hours of telly each day. They are the people who are actually getting out and doing stuff, pushing themselves a little bit further every single day to achieve something different. So time, please people, if you're using time as an excuse for not taking the decision, that life-changing decision that is right in front of you, get it out there. Everybody has exactly the same number of hours. We have the same number of minutes and seconds every day. Choose how you are going to use that time. Now, some successful entrepreneurs say you have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning and meditate for 3 hours and all the rest of it. You know what? If that's your thing, go ahead and do it. If it's not your thing, don't do it. I'm an early riser. I like to get up at 6 and do a bit, and then I take the dogs for a walk, and then I start my day. But some people, they're like, no, I'm going to get up at 10 and go through the day, and I'm going to stay up until midnight. Choose what's best for you, but please don't say I haven't got time, because that just shows a lack of commitment. That just shows a lack of discipline. That just shows a lack of sincerity and integrity towards yourself about what it is you really want to achieve. Another, maybe you could say, serious objection that is going to prevent you from taking the decision, taking the step in the direction that you want to, is what your family might say. Goodness gracious me, the number of conversations I've had with mums in particular. I need to think about my family. Got children, they're potentially of a school age, or they'll be going to uni next year, or whatever it is. At the end of the day, lovely people, that's actually just another excuse, because where there is a will, there is a way. It's so absolutely true. Now, I'm not talking about taking your children out of school and moving country or whatever. But if you start thinking about, okay, I'm taking the decision to do this, and my start date, when I leave my current situation, it's going to be 6 months from now. That gives you 6 months to start working things out, to potentially get childcare. Okay, easy for me to say. But what I'm trying to impress upon you is that so many times that, I've got commitments, I've got my family. You need to do well for your family. If your family loves you, I'm guessing your family does love you, don't they? Wouldn't they want you to be happy? Don't they want you to feel fulfilled and complete every single day doing something you love, so that potentially you have even more time to spend with them? So family, what will other people think? Don't know if this is going to work out. What if I fail? All that kind of stuff. That's a fairly common objection. But again, it's all in here, and you absolutely have the power to do something about it. And the third thing I hear quite frequently, especially when women come onto a call to find out about how I can potentially support them in their, to grow their mindset, to grow their brand, so that they do actually get out there, radiate passion, presence, confidence, so that they succeed, so that they feel whole, is, I don't know if I can. I don't know how. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. What if this happened? Every time you say, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, you have just reinforced, you've just told your subconscious, I don't know. And your subconscious says, okay, fantastic. You don't know. So we're not going to do anything about it. Reframe that. Anytime you catch yourself saying, I don't know, I'm not clever enough, I've never done this before, all those kind of negative chit-chat questions, reframe that to say either, I used to think I didn't know how to do it, but now I know that I'm on the path to success. Or I used to think I didn't know what I had to learn or who I had to speak to, but now I know that there are people out there who can help me. And just that little reframe by what you are telling yourself every day is going to help you actually kind of wake up, help your subconscious to question yourself. What if I did succeed? What if this was the best opportunity I ever have in my entire life? What if this was the door to an amazing future reality, and I'm going to walk through it? So where did we start with this? We started about what's in your heart and what's in your head. Now, there's no question that, there are going to be practicalities. We talked about families very briefly. But for the most part, your heart, when you open your heart, when you allow yourself to say, I used to think this, or even, I'm not quite sure, but I am opening myself to possibility. I am opening myself to opportunity, and just trust in your ability as a fabulous human being to achieve what it is you want to achieve. If you keep telling yourself, if you keep opening your heart, if you keep trusting in your heart, trusting in your gut, over time, you will find that synchronicities happen. You might call it serendipity. You might come up with new ideas. You might suddenly find yourself becoming creative, wanting to do things that you had never considered before. But you have to allow your heart to be open. And whilst you can listen to your head, your logic, be aware that everything that is in here is what happened in the past. Your learning, your judgments, your beliefs, everything you tell yourself about any decision you want to take, it's based on past experience. Do you want to keep on repeating the past, or do you want to do something fabulous and new and exciting? Lovely, fabulous human being that you are. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay fabulous, because you are. Loads of love, and bye for now.